cutting fat the wrong way. I'm not tracking my macros. I'm not tracking my calories. Not introducing heavy cardio. Been eating big, full meals. I'm not like skimping out eating 6 to 8 tiny little small meals. I hate eating small meals. I want to eat big meals. And I'm eating things like popcorn, chocolate, and having like big yogurt parfait bowls. Do you guys ever get that feeling that you're just not reaching your full potential in life? That's how I really feel right now. I just question, like, am I on the right path? Am I on the right way? Like, am I doing the right things? I cannot sleep some nights because I just feel like there's so much more that I could be doing. Welcome to week 2 of cutting fat the wrong way. I'm currently on a fat loss journey that I'm taking you guys through here on the channel. My goal is to be 175 pounds by the beginning of June. It is currently Monday, March 17th. This morning, I woke up at 9 a.m. around 191.6 pounds. Right now, it is 12:17, so just a bit after noon, and I just had a shower and weighed myself again. I was the exact same, 191.6. Have you guys watched that previous vlog? This time last week, I was 193.2 pounds in the morning, and by around 3:30 in the afternoon, I was 192.4. So it appears things are going well. As of right now, I'm down about a pound from last week, and we're just getting into it. So stick along the video. We're going to be documenting the next few days here and showing you how I'm cutting fat the wrong way. We are also now officially 1 week into the rice bucket experiment, and wow, I'm absolutely loving this. The first few days were really tough. I was noticing my wrist was bugging me around day 3, but I gave myself a rest day on day 4, and then day 5 and 6, I feel so good now, and I can really feel like the development out here. By doing the ones where you're pushing out into it, wow. Like, I'm already noticing some results in my forearm development, and I'm very excited to see how this continues to go over the next, I guess it's like 83 days now, because we're doing it for 3 months straight. I've changed things up just slightly, so at first my goal was to do it 3 times a day for 10 minutes each. I've noticed 10 minutes is a little light, and then 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes is great. So right now I'm changing the goal to doing it 30 minutes a day. So whether I do it, 3 10-minute cycles, or if I do 2 15-minute cycles, or 1 full 30-minute cycle, that's how I'm just gonna think about going about and doing it. Outside of that, for today, I have a dentist appointment at 2 p.m. and then we're gonna be going to the gym fasted after that. 5:42. Teeth are all nice and scrubbed and polished clean, and we are back from the gym, and it is time to break the fast for the day. Prior to recording this video, I was just munching on some brie, and then I took my creatine and my vitamin D for the day, and now it is time to break the fast for the serious way. And today we're eating a whole chicken, and we're having a nice salad to go with that. Essentially, I'm eating the same thing that I ate yesterday. Stopped off at the grocery store, and I was like, man, I feel like I could slam a whole chicken right now. So I bought 2 whole pre-cooked chickens. Yesterday I slammed a whole chicken with a salad, and then I had a little bit of like desserty stuff later, which I'll show you guys because I'm eating the same thing today. And I have another whole chicken, so I thought I'd throw that in the oven. It's nice and heated up, and that is what I'm eating today. So again, this is kind of hard to track the macros and calories behind this, which is why at the beginning of my fat loss journey, I tend not to track my calories and macros, and I just start to implement and change certain things in my life, like adding this 40-hour fast once a week. And again, in the next coming weeks, I'm gonna start adding an extra walk every single day and just slowly start manipulating things while really not worrying too much about my macros and calories. Yesterday, I stopped eating around 8 p.m. and if you guys saw throughout the day here, my body weight has been quite consistent compared to last week. Woke up at 191.6 this morning, was 191.6 a little bit later on in the day, and then after coming back from the gym, I was 191.8. But anyways, time to break the fast. We got a whole chicken, a nice salad. I'm gonna take you guys through the rest of the evening. Got a new flavor of the RX bar, coconut and chocolate. And this might be my favorite flavor so far. I've tried the peanut butter now and the chocolate and sea salt. Again, it's very chewy, but yeah, I really like this. Nice big chunks of coconut in there and chocolate. All right, 8 p.m. and we are wrapping up the eating window for today. Super short eating window. We have a nice yogurt parfait, I guess you'd call it. Just a whole bunch of Greek yogurt. We got some granola, some strawberries, blueberries, and a little bit of honey. And then we got 2 pieces of the 90% chocolate. Started eating around 6 p.m. The goal is to get this finished by 8:30, and that is going to be it for today. About 2.5 hours of eating. Pretty sure I got my majority of protein in with that whole chicken. Then we had that RX bar, which is about 12 grams of protein, and I'm just gonna guess there's probably 20 to 30 grams of protein in here from the Greek yogurt. So I think we got my protein in. Again, a little tough to know without counting and tracking the macros, but that's what we're doing here for the first couple of weeks of this fat loss journey. But for the most part, I had a video shoot yesterday with one of my clients and I was working all weekend. So gonna cut today a little bit short and early, gonna head to bed hopefully within half an hour to an hour after eating this. Then we're gonna start tomorrow off bright and early. I have a ton of meetings tomorrow virtually and a lot of work to do, plus going back to the gym for leg day. So see you guys tomorrow. So it is about 12:40 in the evening, and I just cannot sleep right now. Do you guys ever get that feeling that you're just not reaching your full potential in life? That's how I really feel right now. Like, I feel in so many ways, and I've really questioned if I wanted to make this video and state these things here, but like, this is just burning inside me, and whether I post this or not in this vlog or separately at some point in the future, I just feel like I need to say this and get this out because it will hopefully help me move forward and be a little cathartic for me. But in many ways, I feel like with my fitness and my mentality and my mindset, my perspective in life, like I feel like I'm on the right path. But when it comes to my business right now, I just feel like I'm not reaching my full potential with social mediation. And I feel like there's so much more I can do, but I just feel stuck. I feel like I'm on this hamster wheel. And I guess some context here to provide, like, I'm not doing bad. At least I don't think I'm doing bad. If I add my revenue from 2023 and 2024, I grossed just under $500,000. So I'm looking at my financials right now because coming back from my walk, like, I just cannot sleep right now because I just feel like there's so much more potential. So I was looking at the financials here and I added it up, and yeah. Again, this is not to brag or boast, it's just to add some context here that over 2023, 2024, I grossed over $474,000, which is absolutely amazing. I went from working minimum wage at Pizza Hut and minimum wage being a server and grinding, and then moving in and working with Matt McKeever and helping him grow his YouTube channel and stuff. And when I was doing that, I was like making minimum wage, like $3,000 a month. I knew that there was going to be a lot of potential and opportunities that came from my future by accepting a low wage, but getting this amazing mentorship from someone. And again, it's helped me in so many ways. And now when I look back at that, like, I went from making, $36,000 a year, living in the basement of a millionaire, and over the last 2 years, I grossed over $474,000, which is absolutely crazy now that I'm looking at it. But like, there's still something that's just making me feel like I'm not reaching my full potential. I just question, like, am I on the right path? Am I on the right way? Like, am I doing the right things? And it's been fucking with my head. I cannot sleep some nights because I just feel like there's so much more that I could be doing. But in many ways too, like, I'm working like 40 to 60 hour weeks, like, consistently. In many ways, I feel like I'm doing the right things, but I'm working so much in my business, not on my business. I just want to bring in so much more abundance to my life and to social mediation and the people I work with and even my clients. But I just feel limited in so many ways. Like, I feel like I can't hit that next echelon. I don't know what I need to do to get to that next level. And it just drives me nuts. Like, it drives me insane. I want to be that CEO. I want to be that guy that's leading and that's not working in the business. Like right now with my clients, I go and film them. I edit a lot of the content. I have several editors that I work with that I try to outload and off-source the work to, and they're contractors or they work part or full time on the team. I have a social media manager who's on the team full time. But in many ways, like I still feel like, those 60 hours that I'm working or so a week, it's either stuck in meetings or stuck in stuff that I cannot scale. And I really have no idea where I'm going with all this. But yeah, I feel stuck. Like I feel like I'm on this hamster wheel. I feel like in this creative space, this social media agency that I have, whenever I try to do offload or outsource the work, it's just not at the quality that I think it should be. And if I don't have my hands all over it, so I'm either doing it, creating myself, or I'm constantly throughout every step of the process, it's just not at the level that I want it to be at. And it's only been a few years now that I've been with this business, and it's continuing to grow in many ways, which is great. But this year, I really want to take social mediation to the next level. In many ways, I feel like I can't go out to networking events. I don't want to meet new people in life and introduce myself as, "Hi, I'm Peter," or one of my other aliases outside of the Hungarian experiment is, "I'm Peter the producer, and I can help you as a business owner or an entrepreneur grow your business through social media marketing." Because I feel like if I introduce myself to too many people and I get too many opportunities that come to me, I will not be able to help them properly because I just don't have solid fundamentals and structures within the business to be able to allow that to happen. And I've tried many times, like I've ripped this business apart a few times now. I've had partners within this business that, I actually acquired another social media agency from the States a couple of years back, and we took on their clients and then lost their clients. And then I was like, well, this is frustrating. And then we separated our partnership together. And yeah, I've ripped and torn this business apart. I feel like I can help so many people with their businesses to grow through amazing video content and getting that video content to be in the faces of thousands of people to help grow their business and provide them leads. And in many ways, for the clients that I do have, like I'm doing that right now, but I can't seem to do that for myself. And I want to be the guy that I come into an office and there's hungry young content creators and videographers and people who are excited to be there and who are getting paid well to do this stuff. So that way I can help bring in more people and more clients into the business and more other great creatives in together so we can build something big. I realized earlier on this year, I read one of Patrick Bet-David's books, Your Next 5 Moves. And in it, he said, you have to define what your mission is here with your business, because without having a solid mission, how can you get other people to work with you on your business if you don't know how you're leading them? And I realized at one point, like, obviously I want to grow this business to a certain dollar figure mark, but if it's only the money, I don't have a strong attachment to it. Like, I need a meaning to it. So I realized my mission is to build social mediation into something that will eventually outlive me. I want to retire, and when I do retire, see this business continue to go on without me. And at this point, it just cannot happen with the way in the state that it's in. So I think there's a lot I need to do as a man to improve myself. I got so much more skills and knowledge that I need to develop to be able to take this business to that level. And right now I just feel stuck. So this year we're making a fucking change. Things are gonna change. I'm gonna reach my full potential within my business this year. It's almost 1 a.m. in the morning now. And I'm gonna grind here on the computer until I fall asleep. We're gonna wake up tomorrow, do it all again, but tomorrow we're starting off fresh. We're starting off different. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being part of this journey with me. But today's the day where it all fucking changes. Because I'm sick of this. I'm sick of feeling like this. And I need things to change. I need things to be better. Yeah, that's it. Let's get it. Good morning, world. It is 8:17. Got a nice French press all brewed up, ready to go. Finally got to sleep around 3:30 a.m. last night, so I'm running really low on sleep at the moment, but today's a busy day. Meeting at 9 a.m., meeting at 10 a.m., meeting at 10:50, meeting at noon, online mastermind training at 1 p.m. and mastermind training at 2:30 p.m. So it is a busy morning of back-to-back meetings. I need to spend the next 40 minutes or so here getting prepped and ready for those meetings. And then we have leg day at the gym, plus a whole bunch of editing and work behind the computer. So today is another day on the hamster wheel, stuck behind the computer, but we're going to make the most of it, make the best of it. Today is a new day. Today everything changes. So excited to get to it for the most part. I have a gap between 2 p.m. and 2:30 where I'm probably going to make some food before I go to the gym. So I'm not going to be going to the gym for leg day fasted today. But I'm going to take you guys through as much as I can. Woke up this morning at 191. So this fat loss is going good. Everything seems to be on point. Was 191.6 yesterday, 191 today. Tomorrow is going to be more of a higher carb day compared to the last couple days. Then Thursday is another full day of fasting, a 40-hour fast. And then Friday, we're going to come back and do like a slight refeed day again. Not like a cheat day or anything like that, but that is the plan and the strategy for the next couple days here. Gonna just zip through today, get right to our first meal. So you guys are gonna miss about 4 or 5 hours of meetings here, but I'll see you for my first meal of the day. All right, 12:54, 4 back-to-back meetings. Feel like I've just been sitting in front of this computer all day long, but I definitely feel like a resurgence here. Maybe because the coffee's kicking in, I brewed up a second French press and slammed that down, but definitely feel like a resurgence here into my mentality and mindset from last night. This is the life of an entrepreneur business owner. You're just going through these emotional ways where you just want to tear everything apart and then where you want to grow and scale everything like crazy. But definitely feeling good, feeling better, that's for sure. All right, got a quick little gap between my meetings and training there, and we have our first meal of the day. Stopped eating last night around 8:30, if I remember correctly, and we have 6 eggs over easy on 2 rye bread with some boursin and some brie. These 2 breads alone are about 63 grams of carbs. It's actually crazy when you really like pay attention to things. There's a lot of carbs in these, but I'm not going to be eating too many more carbs for the rest of the day. So first meal here, I got about 10 minutes to smash this in for my next training. But yeah, finally a little break here today. But first, 2 heaping scoops of creatine. Got that all in my beard. We're going to take 7,000 IUs of vitamin D. $7:31. After smashing that first meal of the day, I realized I was yawning a whole bunch on that mastermind call. And I don't think going to the gym while you're tired and yawning is a smart thing to do. Like, if you gotta grind through it every once in a while, like, fine. But I personally think you want to be at the top of your game when you're at the gym and getting the most out of your workout. So had a nice little power nap, 1 hour power nap, took some pre-workout, been sipping on that for the last hour or so while I did some more work on the computer. Then just had a nice cold shower, feel really awake and lively and ready to go here. I feel like tonight's gonna be another late night. I think I really messed up my sleep schedule here. Won't be getting to bed early. Probably won't be getting back from the gym until like 9:30, and then still gotta cook a whole bunch of beef and slam all that down, but we'll see how things go. So just weighed myself. I was like 192.5 or 0.6 after having that meal and letting it sit in my system for the last hour or two. And yeah, it's time to go rip up leg day. Let's go get it. solid steak dinner there. That was absolutely delicious. We're going to slam one of these RX bars. And then after that, I'm going to make another yogurt parfait like yesterday. And that's going to be it for the eating window for today. Today is about a solid 8.5, 9 hour eating window. So yesterday went from like a 2.5 to 3 hour eating window to today it's a bit more open. And no, I did not forget. It's been a busy day, but we're gonna hop on the rice buckets here. So we're gonna slam this RX bar. We're gonna do a little rice bucket training, and then I'm gonna make that yogurt parfait, and then hopefully I can get to bed at a decent time here. I went really ham on leg today on the leg press, so I was really trying to drain myself out, but we'll see how things went with that power nap today. I don't know if I feel like up on energy or down on energy, so hopefully I can get to bed at a reasonable time so I can wake up early tomorrow and crush another day. Good morning, world. Another beautiful day behind the computer, already starting and going here. Got a French press with coffee all brewed up, ready to slam. Not too many crazy meetings today. Still have 3 meetings and a phone call. Today, we are carbing up slightly, so we're just gonna probably have another 50 to maybe 80 grams of carbs. Again, just eyeing everything out for the most part, but we are having more carbs today because tomorrow we're doing another 40-hour fast, baby. I was 192.2 on the scale this morning, so didn't see a decrease, but I did eat late last night. I didn't get that Greek yogurt into me until about like 11:30, 11:45, maybe midnight. I didn't really check the time before I finished eating. Definitely still kind of feeling it in my system. Like I'm still feeling like a little full from last night. So although we're gonna eat some carbs today, gonna try to get a daily walk in. I have been slacking on that a little, just looking at my calendar right now. Monday didn't go for a daily walk besides like super late in the morning. And then yesterday, just because the day was jam-packed and had that power nap, didn't get a daily walk in. So got about an hour and a half here on the computer, got a quick phone call I gotta make, then 2 back-to-back meetings. We're gonna try to go for a nice little walk, probably come back and eat. So that's the day in kind of a nutshell. I know these videos aren't too exciting. It's just taking you guys through my food intake. But again, the whole goal here is to show you that I'm cutting fat the wrong way. I'm not tracking my macros. I'm not tracking my calories. I'm not introducing heavy cardio or anything like that, but I'm still on this fat loss journey. So actually really looking forward to doing another 40-hour fast tomorrow. I felt great after that first one. So excited to get back on the routine of doing these regularly. Again, the strategy here is I'm going to do this for the first like month or so. Then I'll probably won't be doing it weekly. I'll be just really starting to dial up like cardio and physical activity a bit more. Back to work on the computer here. I'll check in with you guys a little bit later. All right, cutting it a little close. I have a meeting at 4 p.m., but we just cooked up a whole bunch of ground beef. I got 3 pieces of the multigrain rye. As I mentioned today, we're slightly stepping the carbs up before the full day of fasting. We got some Boursin cheese on there, and I got about 5 minutes to wolf this down after I take some creatine and vitamin D.
I have to say, though, this is one of my favorite things to eat. Beef, bread, and Boursin.
All right, meeting is complete. Only managed to get half of it down, so we're gonna slam the rest here, and then just got a whole bunch of work to do for the rest of the evening. Morning world, another day on planet Earth, and today is a full day of fasting. Just like the last video, just trying to show you guys it's all about consistency. Today is another full day behind the computer, working away, editing, have a few meetings today, but as I like to do on these long fasting days, since I'm not going to the gym, I'm gonna go for a nice walk today, but today is just a big productivity day. So, behind the computer here, I've already been working away for a good hour or two. Woke up this morning at 193 pounds, which is to be expected after being low carb for several days and then carbing up, having some popcorn and eating a little bit late last night. So excited to fast for another 40 hours at least, my second one for this year, and see what my body weight's gonna be at tomorrow after a long day of fasting. Good morning, world. It is 9:12 a.m. and we just got through a full day of fasting. Woke up this morning at 189.2. I know I didn't document too much yesterday, but it was a pretty boring day of just sitting behind the computer, so I thought I'd save you from all that mess. But we are officially like 34 hours fasted, somewhere around that mark. Finished eating, I believe, around midnight a day and a half ago, essentially. So we're doing great. Besides like going to bed at like 4:30. Actually, I stopped working yesterday at 4:30 in the morning and finally got to bed and to sleep around like 5 a.m., maybe like 5:15 in the morning. So I have a meeting starting up here around 10:30, so I had to get myself up. But for the most part, I woke up like 3 minutes before my alarm because the sun was just pouring through my window this morning. So we got a nice French press of coffee all brewed up, ready to go. Need to wake myself up here a little bit. My eyes might be a little bloodshot, but we're gonna sit on the patio. I can do some work on my phone to prep for this meeting, and we're gonna get some caffeine in my system, some vitamin D on my skin, and prep for the day. Still gotta figure out how I'm gonna break this fast. Am I going to eat before the gym compared to last week, or if I'm just gonna go to the gym fasted? Today technically is a back day for me, so not too sure how I feel, if I want to be fed when I'm at the gym or be going to the gym around like 38, 40, 42 hours fasted again. So see how I feel this morning once I get some caffeine in my system, some vitamin D on my skin, and get through our first couple meetings of the day. But yeah, fat loss is coming along great so far. Again, I know I'm pretty fasted right now, but if you guys have been following along last week's video as well as this video, been eating big full meals. I'm not like skimping out eating 6 to 8 tiny little small meals. I hate eating small meals. I want to eat big meals. And I'm eating things like popcorn. I'm eating things like chocolate and having like big yogurt parfait bowls. So I'm still able to enjoy my food. I'm not tracking my calories, tracking my macros. I'm not doing heavy cardio. And the fat loss is occurring because I'm just being cognizant of my carbs and doing this 40-hour fast. But this is enough talking. The sun out there is teasing me. I want to go soak up that vitamin D. It's been hiding the last few days. But first, before we chug a whole bunch of coffee, I'm gonna chug a whole bunch of water with some pink salt. Find for myself, when I'm doing like long fasts, it's very easy to start cramping. And I think it's because you're depleting a lot of like sodium from your body and losing electrolytes. Again, I'm not no scientist. I'm just sharing with you guys what I do. But taking salt when you're past the 24-hour mark, I find is beneficial for me. Like there'll be times where my calves start cramping up, or I feel like tightness in my chest, or if I flex one way, it's like, it starts cramping up a bit. So I find that if I take some salt, a couple of pinches of salt in the morning, and even like before I go to the gym, I feel great. So keep that in mind next time you're doing a long fast. Give that a shot if you don't. And yeah, time for some vitamin D, baby. Gotta wake up here a little bit. Yes, just soaking it up. I was just checking out the vlog here, and I actually stopped eating around like 10 p.m., 10:30 p.m. So I'm much closer to the 36-hour mark than I thought. So yeah, just soaking up that free vitamin D, enjoying that. I'm a few hours deeper into the fast than I actually thought I was. So around noon there, be around 38 hours fasted. So see how I feel before I go off to the gym, whether I want to eat or not. But yeah, yeah, just soaking it up. Feels so good right now. Oh yeah, buddy.
All right, just about 2 p.m. and we're getting ready to break the 40-hour fast. Nothing special today. We just got bread, boursin, and beef, and I decided to dice up some red onions and throw that on there as well. And I had a little bit left over that didn't fit on the bread, so we got that in a nice little bowl here. Before I slam this down, I'm gonna take about 10 to 15 grams of creatine and 7,000 IUs of vitamin D as always.
Oh, that was absolutely delicious and amazing. Feeling quite content after that, but we're gonna smash an RX bar here. Got a meeting coming up in the next 10 minutes and then a meeting about an hour to an hour and a half later. But we're gonna be heading off to the gym for back day after that. And yeah, so cheers. I think this one's my favorite. Woo! Oh wow, that was an amazing workout. 8:36. We are back home from the gym. Man, 40 hours fasted, slamming some food, and then about 2.5, maybe 3 hours later, going to the gym on some pre-workout. Man, I was pumped and swole. That was like I had probably one of the best workouts I've had all year long. Like that was absolutely amazing. Didn't get any filming done. It was packed in the gym and I was just in the zone. But we are back home, ready to slam our second meal of the day. We have 9 eggs scrambled. We have boursin again, and we are all out of the multigrain bread, so we're on to rye bread. We got some sauerkraut and some more red onion. Nothing too fancy here, to be honest. I'm quite drained because I had like no sleep last night, so I'm gonna slam this, and I feel like I'm still a little low on my protein for today. Like if I would just have to guess, the first meal was probably around like 50 grams of protein, maybe 60, depends on the ground beef, and we got probably in that bread about 10 grams of protein. Then I had an RX bar, which is another 12 grams, so probably around like 72 grams of protein, thinking high level here. One large egg has about 6 grams of protein. If I had 10, then I'd have 60 grams of protein, but I'm eating 9, so that's about 54 grams of protein. The rye bread here as well, 2 of them is about 10 grams of protein. So right there, we're at like 64 grams of protein. So if I was like 72 plus 64, you know, I feel like I'm only about like 130, 140 grams of protein. So gonna have to eat just a protein meal because I want to keep my carbs down for today. Because like compared to last week when I went to the gym 40 hours fasted and then had like a big meal to kind of refeed myself, this week I want to kind of keep the carbs lower till my next 40-hour fast. So we'll see what I do here for later on in the day, but probably one more meal and then heading off to bed. Tomorrow I have a video shoot that I have to head off to. I'm going to be shooting in 2 locations tomorrow. So busy Saturday morning. And to be honest, I'm pooched because I only got like 3.5 to 4 hours of sleep last night. So catch up with you guys tomorrow, show you the next meal for today, and that'll be it.
Last meal of the day here. Ran out of Greek yogurt, so I picked up some from the store. We have about 17 grams of protein in 175 grams. There's about 750 grams in here, and I probably put about half of this in this bowl. So we're looking at least like 34 grams of protein. So again, I'm just trying to eye things up. I'm not like using my fitness pal and tracking everything perfectly, but I hope I'm close to my protein intake for today.
He's back!